What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Six Pack YouTube channel. I'm your host for the Sunday Social this morning, Dylan Clemons. Here with me is my guy, Matt from the Parlay FF crew. He's going to talk some betting with us in a minute once we get through some of the stuff we got going on for the show today. We're starting with our betting segment. Then we got multiple-time top 5 ranker Joe Bond, founder of Fantasy Six Pack, jumping in for his ranking segment. And we got Kyle Senra and Ike Bonni jumping in with myself to answer your start-sit questions. No Keith Flemming this week. He's feeling a little bit under the weather, guys. But he has some awesome stuff over on the fantasy6pack.net fantasy6pack.net. He's got his article this week that he does weekly. And then behind the paywall where you can go to fantasy6pack.net/plans to become an all-access member. Promo code F6PPods for 15% off. He has his DFS cheat sheet, which helps out tremendously, which I use every single week. So go check that out. Once again, that's fantasy6pack.net/plans to become an all-access member. And that's where you also get access to our Discord where you can ask Matt any betting questions. He'll get back to you. Good stuff like that. Our DFS channel in there is always popping with stuff, guys. That's probably our biggest channel if I had to guess. So a lot of discussion over there. Once again, that's fantasy6pack.net/plans. But Matt, my guy, hope you had a great Halloween. I got absolutely rocked in my bets last week. I was 0-3. I have not been good on picking games this year, man. I've just kind of been getting my butt kicked. How have you been doing, man? Hopefully you've been faring better than myself.
Yeah. So, I mean, typically NFL's been hit and miss. It's really been hit and miss for me, but the last 2 weeks in college, I'm way up. I'm like 16-4. So, yesterday was good for me. Last Saturday was good for me. NFL is just kind of steady Eddie. I'm about sitting about 500, maybe one game over 500. So It's just kind of been one of those things where just kind of steady Eddie at the moment. But yeah, all is good in the betting world over here.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I feel like it's just been hard this year to get games correct, man. Maybe it's just me, but it's been tough, Matt. But help me change it around this week, would you? So what do you got for your first game?
Yeah. So I hope I can help out a little bit of, well, let me start out with this. I'm taking a little bit of risk this weekend. Just because I'm at that point where I need to take some risk to really kind of get over that hump. So, the first game I'm taking this week is a 12 o'clock noon game slate. I am on a couple of the home dogs this weekend. I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals plus 2.5 over the Chicago Bears, and the Bengals are playing at home. And I think it's pretty much 2.5 across the slate. It opened up at the Bengals -3. And then, there was some word that Joe Flacco might not be playing. It sounds like he is good to go for today. At least the last report that I read, unless you've heard something different. And if that's the case, I'm going to switch something up. But the last I've heard is that, okay, so Joe Burrow is good to go. This team does operate a little bit different with Joe Burrow under center. I know that the Bengals defense is not good. I understand.
No, you mean Joe Flacco, right, Matt? Joe Flacco.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to clarify with everyone.
Sorry. Yeah, Joe Flacco. See, I got Burrow on my mind, and I just
I hear you.
Joe Flacco. I totally apologize, but regardless, he operates a little bit different than Jake Browning, right? The Bengals offense looks better when he is under center. I know that the Bengals defense is not good, and the Chicago Bears can get some things rolling, but I like Joe Flacco at home. He makes Jamar Chase better. He takes risks. He makes T. Higgins better. And I think this team can win at home. So I'm going to take the Bengals at plus 2.5 as the home dog here.
Yeah, man. Something's weird about that line, Matt. Like the Bears were the Bears were underdogged in Baltimore with Tyler Huntley as their starter. And now they're favored on the road against Cincinnati. And the Bears don't have DeAndre Swift, who's probably arguably been one of their better players, and their running game has been their strength since they came out of the bye, man. So, yeah, I'm a Bears fan, so it sucks to hear that a little bit. But, yeah, if I were to bet that game, which I'm going to stay away from, I would probably take the points with the Bengals as well.
Yeah. I just – You're exactly right. No DeAndre Swift. We know what Kyle Mononagi brings to the table. He's been getting integrated into the offense a little bit more each week, and he looks good. He really does. And the Bengals defense is not that great. So it's going to be interesting to see. But DeAndre Swift does just bring an extra element, an extra bit of firepower to that offense. I look for Caleb Williams to be playing from behind in this game. So I think he's going to be throwing the ball and slinging across the board. I just don't know that they're going to be able to keep up with the Bengals offense in that firepower.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, man. What do you got next?
The next game, guys, I'm going to take another home dog, and it's one that a little bit of a homer pick, but I also think it's a little bit of a desperation for the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. I know the Colts have been looking absolutely unbelievable. They've been looking so good, like one of the top teams in the NFL is how they've been looking. The Steelers are plus 3.5 at home. Yep. They've lost the last two. This, in my personal opinion, this is a desperation play. When you put Mike Tomlin in desperation mode, that team just looks different. It really does. And it's not typical that we see the Steelers struggle this bad at home. And I know their defense has not played good. I look to still have the Indianapolis Colts move the ball. That's I don't think that's going to stop. But I think they're going to really hyper focus on trying to stop Jonathan Taylor at least a little bit. What do you got for your? But yeah, so I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers at home plus 3.5. I think this is a spot where the Colts can be trapped a little bit, and the Steelers are in we have to win this game mode. So it's very rare to see Mike Tomlin lose 3 in a row. Number one, and number two, lose 2 in a row at home. Yeah. So I like the plus money here in this matchup.
Oh, I'm totally good with that one, man. I don't have much pushback at all. The Steelers got to get back on it, man. And like it's a little bit disrespectful. It's a little bit disrespectful that the Ravens are favored to win the AFC North right now after starting out the way they have, man. You know what I mean? Like it just feels like a little disrespect towards Pittsburgh, and this is a big week for them, like you said. This is desperation. Maybe we see a little bit of a kitchen sink game from them, and the Colts have been better at home this year too, so that makes it interesting. And 3.5 points is a pretty decent amount to try to cover there. So yeah, I like the points with the Steelers at home as well, man.
Yeah, it's just I just feel like in my bones. I mean, I'm a Steelers fan, so everybody's going to be like, "Oh, this is Matt being Matt, homer pick," you know. But it's not just that. It's the fact that the Steelers have to win. They have to win a game. They have to win this game. I feel like this would be a statement win for them. So yeah, I just something tells me that they're going to play just a little bit different with a little bit more firepower in their brain. So
sure.
Yeah, I look for them to get kind of back on track this week.
You got a quick take, Matt, on why their defense has struggled so bad this year?
To be honest with you, Dylan, I think they brought in so many vets, so many people that have been around the block. They're all at one point in their time in their career, they were all superstars. The way that I kind of look at it or view it when I watch them play is you have a little bit of a clash among the minds on that defense. Mm-hmm. TJ Watt, Patrick Queen, Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay. Like, I just feel like there's a little bit of headbanging a little bit going on.
Sure. Yeah.
So they just need to get something on track. They could be a very good defense if they just don't look fluent. They don't look fluent. They look like they make too many mistakes. They just got to get something going because they have a good defense. They haven't shown it this year.
Yeah, I agree there, man. But yeah, hopefully they turn it around for your sake as a Steelers fan.
I know, man.
But what do you got for another game here?
All right, last game. Guess what, Dylan? It's another home dog. I'm taking another home dog in this matchup. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills at home playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Sure. It's plus 2.5 in most spots. You can get it at plus 2 on like BetMGM, plus 1.5 on FanDuel. But 2.5 everywhere else across the board. Listen, Rashee Rice coming back to the Chiefs, it's clearly made an impact. Patrick Mahomes looks better. That offense is running a bit smoother. I don't think Isaiah Pacheco's lined up this week. Brashard Smith, what's his role in the offense? Travis Kelce looks a little bit better with Rashee Rice in that offense. You know, everybody's playing pretty fluent. The Chiefs defense is playing pretty good right now. Again, this is one of those things where the Buffalo Bills, if you want to be a contender, if you want to stop choking at the end of the season or choking in the playoffs. You have to win a game like this. You're at home. It's the perfect setup. It's the perfect makeup for this offense. Josh Allen needs to find a way to get this done. Yep. This is another one of those statement piece wins.
Be Superman today, Josh.
He has to be. He really does have to be. And I know the Bills defense is not like great. You know, they haven't been playing good. I think they're still a little banged up. I don't know what their full slate of defense is going to be this week, if they're getting healthy or not. But again, this is neither here nor there. I think this game here is just going to be an offensive firepower. You know, I think they just have to find a way to make Patrick Mahomes struggle. And it is clearly, if you watch the season, if you watch every game this season, you can find ways to make Patrick Mahomes struggle. You have to get that pressure. You can't let him scramble. He looks weird when he runs. You just need to find a way to stop him from running, and then you can get him in a little bit of trouble. So, again, this is just a statement piece win for me. If the Bills want to stop being pretenders and start being contenders, you have to win a game like this, and it's at home. Your underdogs at home. Make them feel that you should not be underdogs, in my opinion. Yeah. So I'm taking the Bills.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. I didn't bet this game, but if I did, it would be on the Bills side with plus money. This is a big game for their psyche, man, and they haven't played up. I feel like they haven't played up to their standard this season, outside of week 1. But even that was a miraculous comeback against Baltimore. I feel like they haven't quite put together a full game, but this would be a big statement game if they could pull this one out, no doubt.
Yeah, and you know, the crazy thing is I do like the Chiefs.
Yep.
You know, even though I'm a Steelers fan, I like the Chiefs. I live here in Kansas, so I root for the Chiefs. And I think these are two of the best teams in the AFC. So this should be an awesome game to watch.
Yeah.
I just continue to look back. Everybody has always talked about it for the last couple of years. The Bills should be in the Super Bowl. They should play for a Super Bowl. Josh Allen deserves a Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. You hear it every year. But every single year they choke against teams like the Kansas City Chiefs, like the Ravens. You know, those fire-powered offenses, those big-name teams, they always find a way to choke. So if you want to prove a point, then Sean McDermott, do something about it. Prove your point. Win a game when it does matter. So let's just see today.
I like it, man. And like I said at the top of the show, Matt, I've been struggling picking games, so I stayed away from that and went more towards touchdown bets this week. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I let's just roll with it, my man. But the first one I got is Kyle Mononagi. We talked about it. You took the Bengals today. No DeAndre Swift for the Bears. No Roshan Johnson either.
Yep.
So they activated Britton Brown off the practice squad, but I could see Kyle Mononagi seeing 20 touches. And in the red zone, Matt, they like to run the ball a lot in the red zone. I feel like they don't trust Caleb throwing the ball in tight windows once it gets smaller there. So I like Kyle Mononagi at minus 150 for anytime touchdown today. Is that okay, you think, or what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, if it's minus money, then obviously Vegas seems to think that he's going to get in the end zone too. It's just, where does the money sit as far as bettors go? I don't mind that. I do not mind that at all. The Bears, they involve the running backs. I mean, let's just be honest. They involve the running backs because Caleb Williams can't do everything, right? Their wide receivers have not looked great all year. Roma Dunze, sure, he's looked good, but no, I really do. I like that comment or Mononagi anytime touchdown. That's actually a good number to be sitting at right there.
Awesome. Then the next one's another running back in the Chargers against the Titans, and I'm going Kamani Vidal at minus 155 for anytime touchdown against the Titans. Man, the matchup is just too juicy for me.
Yeah,
they should be up in this one pretty big. But Vidal's coming off 20-something touches in 2 out of the last 3 weeks. I just think he's going to get fed, and I could see him landing in the end zone, man. What are your thoughts?
I don't hate that either. You know, the Chargers, obviously, without Amari Hampton, they are a pass-heavy team. But yeah, if it's an anytime touchdown for Kamani, Justin Herbert he'll check down. He will check down. Yep. That offense looks special. It really does. There's times where they don't look good, but there's times where they look unstoppable. So, yeah, and I don't even mind, Dylan, if you play those. What I typically do is I'll play them separate like that. I'll do an anytime touchdown and I'll do like singles. And then I will actually go and I'll parlay like 3 or 4 players together to put that plus money at like plus 500 or something like that. So I don't even mind putting those together to parlay those. I think those are two good bets for some for some, plus money in that matchup. So,
and then I did something similar. I went with one more guy and I parlayed them together and did singles, man. I went with Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown against Carolina. Jacobs has scored 2 touchdowns in 3 out of his last 4 contests, man. I think he's got either 8 or 10 rushing touchdowns on the year already, and that's a good matchup. You parlay those 3 together, I think the Jacobs is minus 160. You parlay those 3, it's plus 345.
Yeah, that's good money. That's good money. But anything, obviously I tell everybody to be responsible when betting, which I will continue to say. If you just now starting out, start small, build that bankroll, then pull some of that bankroll away and set it aside so you don't just blow it if you do lose, because inevitably you are going to lose some money sports betting, unless you are like the best bettor in the world, so make sure that you do that. But yeah, Dylan, that's a good number. And that's, I like that. It's like $10 to win, like what, 30 something or something like that.
Yep. $34. So
Boom.
All right. Great to hear, my man. But Matt, before we get you out of here, man, go ahead, plug away what you got going on. And then, hop on out of here, my friend.
Yeah. So if you guys want to check us out, you can check us out here on Fantasy Six Pack's YouTube channel every Tuesday night live. It's the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast. You can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you guys listen to your podcasts. Again, it's just Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast, where we do sports betting for you guys Tuesdays, and we do a little fantasy segment. But yeah, so you go over there, check all that stuff out. And then like Dylan said, you can check us out, fantasy6pack.net, when you become an all access member, and you guys can see all of our bets, not just the free ones we throw out to you guys.
Love it, Matt. Great stuff as always. And we got another guy from Kansas here, man. With Dion.
That's right, baby. Okay, Dion, let's go.
Love it, Matt. Can't wait to talk to you next week, my friend. Good luck this weekend.
All right, guys. Good luck. Peace out.
See ya. All right, everybody. Let's get Joe Bond in here, founder of Fantasy Six Pack, to talk his rankings and just to answer some burning questions this week. What we got going on, Joe? What's up, my guy?
Oh, what's going on, man? Just another Sunday. Lots of unknowns still, it feels like, right?
Yeah, no doubt. It truly it truly is. And
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like the Stevenson news, that kind of like that was like I forget where I was. I just looked at my phone. I was like, wait, what? Where'd that come from? That was like that's like Drake London vibes from last week. Like, where'd that come from?
I know, totally weird. But Joe, you alluded to it. Let's just jump right into it, man. What do you expect from Treyveon Henderson? Assuming he sees most of the role. I know there's Terrell Jennings there, who they like as more of a third downs kind of scat back type of guy. Do you finally feel it in your bones, Joe, in your rankings? Do you think this is the week Treyveon Henderson finally breaks out?
No.
How
can you trust it? You can't. He has done everything. Mike Vrabel has done virtually everything in his power to not give Henderson the ball, it feels like, right? Stevenson fumbles 10 times this season. That's exaggeration, obviously. But, dude, has fumbled the ball a bunch. Still nothing. Henderson has been the better runner. Still nothing. You hear side comments that, we've had our 5-minute back. Like, and it's not Henderson. Like,
I know.
I don't know, man. There is trepidation there. You have to push him up the rankings, no doubt. But man, I have him like fringe RB2. So it's not a lockdown start, man. We were talking, before the show, you asked me a question, start sit, and I was kind of like, man, that whole range is like a cluster of just like, right? And, it's the Dobbins, the Hunt, the Kamara, the Walker, the Dowdell, the Henderson. That whole range is like good luck. I like Dobbins the best out of that group because the workload is going to be there.
Yep.
But that whole group, man, Bam Knight, you can add to that group too, man. Like that whole group doesn't feel good. They all have large question marks.
Yep. More
surrounding them. But we're all having to start them, most likely, in all of our leagues somewhere. And I've got plenty of them myself. I've got Henderson in a couple places, Montgomery, I got Walker, I've got Kareem Hunt, I got Bam Knight, I've got all these guys. I don't know who to start. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like it is a total crapshoot with that group.
Yeah. It's tough, man. Yeah, we finally starting to get some injuries. That's making it a little tougher. And definitely. And another one, Joe, and you kind of talked about it a little bit, Mr. Kyle Mononagi, who's set to control the backfield today for the Bears with no DeAndre Swift and Jamie Perogue, who's in here, and he's Roshan Johnson truther.
Not
no
active,
Swift and Johnson can't
go.
get out on the field, Joe. Johnson's out as well. So it's
I think
all
Johnson's
Kyle
out. Yeah,
Monongai.
so it's yeah, I like Monongai this week. I've got him, maybe right outside the top 10.
Okay.
I think that, first off, the matchup is just
can't
glorious.
Get any better.
And I mean, he's gonna have that backfield to himself, man. Like I don't really see anybody, Travis Homer, no thanks. Like that's not gonna work, man. So this is gonna go, through Monongai. And look, he has looked good, man. Like in his short stints, when he's gotten some work, he's mostly looked good, especially as of late. So I like what we're seeing from him, and you can't get a much better matchup when a guy's getting the majority of the work here.
Agreed. And Monongai is not a guy who's going to
Jet Life Tay. I see your question coming in at Dowdell or Monongai. I know these guys are going to answer it later. It's Monongai, man. Dowdell, like there's still the looming Chuba Hubbard, right? Like that's there. So I know they want to say they're going to give Dowdell the looks, and they should. He's looked better, but you've got to go with the guy who's basically got the backfield by himself out of those two.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Monongai doesn't have the breakaway speed or anything, Joe, but he's going to break off some 5, 6, 7, 8 yard gains. And he's got a little bit of Maurice Jones-Drew in him with a little bit of a bowling ball. A shorter guy, 215 pounds, likes to run through guys. He's physical. Yeah. So I see him having a good day as well.
From the Big Ten, man, he looked good, man.
Yeah, he did.
Solid
I think he's Rutgers' all-time leading rusher, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, it was. I saw him against Illinois a couple times. Yeah, very good. Very solid there. Joe, let's talk some more injury news. And this was a surprise. Non-contact knee injury for Travis Hunter. I think it was Friday, if I'm not mistaken, that came across. Brian Thomas been dealing a little bit of injury here. Do we finally get the Brian Thomas breakout with no Travis Hunter? Or do we see guys like Parker Washington, who's more so the kind of the slot guy? Does he slide into that Travis Hunter role and be sufficient enough to be a starter in your lineups? What's your thoughts here on Thomas?
I mean,
Parker Washington?
Look, realize we've seen this for much of the season. Travis Hunter early in the year was seeing 50% of the snap count share on the offense. It wasn't until the last couple of weeks that he really started seeing more. Mm-hmm. So we know kind of what we're going to get here. I think it's a little bit of coach speak. Maybe trying to get Brian Thomas Jr. going. Coach came out saying he had the best week of practice ever. And he was like the guy this week. Yeah.
We'll say nice things, man.
I mean, I want to believe it's Brian Thomas Jr. The targets have been there, and I know there's been a lot of talk that, and I think somebody threw it in our Discord. The Jags have the highest drop rate in the league, right? And so it's putting a lot of the onus on the receivers. Man, I don't know. If you've been watching the Jags, Trevor Lawrence is not throwing the ball on people. They might be drops because, they could be catchable balls, but man, they're back here. They're up here for no reason. They're hard catches. I mean, I was watching the last game, the one where Brian Thomas Jr. came out with randomly the phantom shoulder injury. He got pushed on a block or something. And he just goes, he went up for a ball, a contested catch ball that should have just been right on his chest, and he catches it. But he had to go up for this crazy contested catch in double coverage and just lands hard on the ground. Trevor Lawrence has to get this ball out early and on time for his guys to do it, or he's going to keep having these drop issues with his receivers. I want to believe, it's there. This is a great matchup for everybody. So I lean Brian Thomas Jr. Parker Washington's probably number 2. maybe they go back to ETN a little bit more. They try to get that run game going.
Sure.
Little bit of Tootin action as well. But yeah, it's a good matchup. So I would roll back with Brian Thomas Jr. if you have him. But you don't feel great about it. Like, it hasn't been a good season for him, honestly.
No, it hasn't been, man. It's been disappointing. He was a borderline first-round pick, and he definitely hasn't produced like one, that's for sure. And before we get into your top streamers of the week, Joe, with your article over at USA Today, I do got one more question. Isaiah Pacheco, sounds like he might have been ruled. He's going to be ruled out, it sounds like, or is he out? He's doubtful. Okay.
Yeah, he's been out.
Is this Kareem Hunt's backfield now, man, Joe? Or are we going to see Brashard Smith kind of get more of a role? We've seen him as a pass catcher, and we've seen him a little bit on the ground. Does he get more of a rushing role now with no Pacheco?
I think, yeah, you're going to see a lot more of the actual carries go to Kareem Hunt. Brashard Smith will be involved, though. We've seen it for a couple of seasons now. Andy Reid does not like leaning on one guy. He kind of did it a little bit last year with Hunt because there was, absolutely nobody else there.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, he doesn't really feel like leaning on one guy, and he doesn't have to. He's got Pat Mahomes who's scrambling himself at this point. Xavier Worthy can be a little bit of an extension of the run game, and I think we'll see a little bit of that as well. Funny enough, to kind of lead into my streamers, I said as a deep league streamer, Brashard Smith was one that you could go. Think of like a Jarrett McKinnon role, like if anybody remembers that.
Yep. Very good point there.
So, that could be the kind of role that he takes. And so, that, but for the most part, it's going to be Kareem Hunt. But again, he's probably, fringe RB2 as well, kind of in that bottom role there, maybe mid RB2, but that's where he is, just because you can't trust the workload. And like, honestly, like, he's going to need touchdowns to kind of do it. I don't think there's going to be a ton of yardage. This is just another one of those games, like the Kansas City Buffalo games is like the Kansas City Ravens, the Buffalo Ravens. Like, they're just boatloads of scoring for no reason. Like, both good defenses, but it's like, oh, we're all going to score 50. Like, and so it's going to be touchdowns. That's kind of what it is. Yeah. And there's probably not going to be a lot of yardage on the ground. It's going to be all through the air, and like Josh Allen scrambling and stuff like that. So that's what I expect from this game.
Yep. No, I'm right there with you. The Ringer Fantasy Podcast talks about games like this. They call them rainbow strip games from Mario Kart. You hit that rainbow strip and you just go flying, man. That's
that's a good one. I like that little Mario Kart. I like that, man. I like that.
Love it. Love it, Joe. But yeah, before we get you out of here, my man, go ahead, run through your top streamers of the week, one at each position, right?
Yeah, man. I had a couple quarterbacks down, and they both had receiver injuries happen.
Of course.
Like, as soon as it got published. So Sam Darnold and Trevor Lawrence were my two guys. So obviously the Hunter one kind of threw a wrench in that. I still like it a little bit. The streaming quarterback options this week aren't great. So you can still go with him. The matchup is there if you're desperate for a quarterback streamer. Sam Darnold was the other one, and he's not going to have Kupp. Now, that's not as big of a loss. Tony Horton's been okay, and I think he could fill in fairly nicely. Like, it's a different role, but obviously Jackson Smith-Njigba is the go-to guy there. So that's going to be where we get in that Commanders defense is just beat up and can obviously get abused pretty bad there on the backside. Running backs, it's kind of weird. Like, I think in most competitive leagues, none of these guys are actually out there, but for some reason, Bam Knight and Tajay Spears are still rostered under 50% of leagues. Which is just unbelievable. Like, I don't have any idea why both these guys are out there. Like, I get Spears hasn't been like awesome, but he's still seeing more usage. And Bam Knight, obviously, he's the starting running back. I know they're bringing Michael Carter probably back, bringing him back in from the practice squad, but they clearly don't really trust him enough. And DeMarcado, I don't even know if he's actually active yet or not. I think it was leaning that way, but receivers, Troy Franklin was another one I was really shocked to see out there in a lot of leagues. If he is out there, we talked about him a lot on the Fantasy Six-Pack Hour. We talked about him on the waiver show this week. A lot of little fun facts with him, man, he has the second most targets on the team by far. And it's actually only 2 fewer targets than Cortland Sutton on the entire year.
Wow.
And he's right outside wide receiver 2 as wide receiver 25 in half PPR leagues right now.
Interesting.
Dude's been balling. And I know it's like kind of
player.
2 big weeks, but like he's starting to get involved there. He's probably not out there in a lot of leagues. Another one you could go after, Chimere DK and Chris Moore, kind of a deep league dart throw there if you're desperate. Tony Horton would probably be another.
DK's got a roll now too, man.
Yeah, I like him a lot without Calvin Ridley. 12 passes for 163 yards and a touchdown the last 2 weeks, and his 7 receptions for 93 yards last week was more than Ao Maynard has in a single game for both of those stats all year long. So already just performing better there. Tony Horton could probably be added to this list. Obviously, I didn't know Kupp was going to be inactive or likely inactive at this point, so he would probably be a better streamer than Chris Moore if I had to swap it out, but too late at this point. Tight end would be Juwan Johnson or Theo Johnson. Take a pick, kind of same type of deal there. Johnson's probably going to get more targets. Theo Johnson probably has more touchdown upside. And then my defense, got to go with the Jags, man.
Yeah,
I think they've been opportunistic, and the Raiders allow a lot of turnovers. So that's my slam dunk defense streamer of the week.
Yeah, I like that a lot, man. I really liked Colson Loveland earlier in the week as a tight end streamer. The Bengals get killed through the air, but Cole Kmet's going to be active this week. So that guy. I got
a start sit question for you, and I'm going to hang tight while all the rest of you answer this as well. In my dynasty league, I have to choose. Now it is a 6-point passing touchdown league. I have to choose between Caleb Williams, Jackson Dart. I think Trevor Lawrence is a distant third, but he's still there. It's 1 quarterback league. So I'd have to pick between those 3. Obviously, Williams and Lawrence have the great matchups. Dart's got that rushing floor, a little bit harder matchup. So I don't know, man. I'm torn. I'm really, and they're super close in my rankings and projections as well. So it's
I think I would
leaning Williams or Dart.
You're going to lean Williams. I think I would lean Dart, but yeah.
Well, I'm saying I said I have Williams or Dart like above Lawrence just enough that I think I'm just tossing Lawrence back out. But I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on that. I know I'm kind of jumping the queue here. Sorry, fellas, but
no, that's not good, Joe. But before you get out of here, go ahead, plug away what you got going on.
Yeah, same as always. F6B_Joe on Twitter, X. Close to the same thing on Blue Sky, whatever it is. Obviously, all the rankings and everything else you can find over on Fantasy Six Pack, along with all the other great content we have over there. And I write a couple articles for USA Today. Changed up my my Monday release article. It is a game recap article instead of a trades targets. And so a little bit of waiver advice, trade advice, kind of that kind of stuff. It's a whole bunch of stuff kind of thrown into one, quick read, kind of bullet point action. It's a good one. So go ahead and check that one out as well.
Love it, Joe. As always, we'll get these guys in here to answer your question, man. And I'm excited to talk to you next week again.
All right, man. See ya
later. All right, boys, let's bring in the start sit crew. We got Mr. Kyle Senra, Mr. Ike Bonni, and we have a special guest this week coming out of podcast retirement, the man who used to host the show with me for the last couple of years, Mr. Michael Plant, my guy. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How about you guys?
I'm ready to rock. I've been rocking. Been up early. Daylight savings this week, too. Kyle, how you doing, man?
I mean, it's November. This is probably my favorite football time of year. Fantasy football leagues, the playoff races are getting intense. We get crazy good NFL matchups like Chiefs-Bills, and CFL playoffs are underway. So
right on. We
two
got
games
2
yesterday,
Bears
3 more left.
We got 2 Bears fans with myself and Ike too. Again, 2 Packers fans with Mike and Kyle. Gotta love that. But guys, let's answer
we're
Joe's
repping
question
our squad,
real quick.
and you're not.
Yeah, that's true. Let's answer Joe's question quick before we jump into the bunch that we got. Who would you guys go with between Jackson Dart, Caleb Williams, Trevor Lawrence this week? Kyle, I'll just let you take it away here.
I'm even going to put up this question. Like, throw Dak Prescott in there. Throw everyone. It's Jackson Dart. I mean, now that Cam Scatterbo is gone, right now the leading like goal line back for the Giants is Jackson Dart, and I mean maybe Singletary or Tyrone Tracy's going to get those inside the 5 opportunities, but I think they've combined for 1 carry inside the 5 this year. Everything has been Dart and Scatterboo. So Dart's touchdown upside, I think, goes up without Scatterboo. I think his floor for production goes up because without Scatterboo, they're probably just going to throw more. So I'm riding Jackson Dart ahead of all these guys. So Joe definitely play Jackson Dart ahead of Caleb Williams, and it's not Packers fan hating Bears bias for sure. This might be because I would definitely play Trevor Lawrence ahead of Caleb Williams. But that's influenced by my goal line grade. But to SR's question, I'm definitely playing Jackson Dart over Dak.
Yeah, and I talked about it with Matt at the top of the show, talking about Kyle Mononagi. The Bears don't love throwing it in the red zone, especially inside the 10. So that takes a little bit of Caleb's upside away there. So they want to ground and pound it into the end zone. That's Ben Johnson's style, has been this year, and what we saw in Detroit. Mike, what do you got between Dak, Dart, Lawrence, Williams, and
If Scatterboo was still healthy, this would be easy Dart. It does make it a little bit tougher with the weapons being depleted here. But with the matchup of the 49ers, it seems tough, but they are down bad. They just allowed 400-plus yards from the Houston Texans and C.J. Stroud just last week. So even though they're down bad with the weapons, I still lean Jackson Dart here because in the last 4 games, he's averaging 21.8 points per game. That's QB7. So as good of a matchup as Caleb Williams is, I'm not laying it solely on the matchup. I got to see it a little bit. I got to see it this game from Caleb before I trust him a little bit more.
Yep. Is Jackson Dart your guy as well here, Ike, or are you going to go elsewhere?
For Joe, I'd do Dart, and then for SR2, I'd pick Dak.
I'm going to go Dak.
Yeah, when I'd go Dak. Dak is sneaky on fire. I know he had the down game last week, but he's killing it in that defense. I mean, this is I believe I saw a stat. They're one of the only teams so far to allow 30 points a game, but also score 30 points a game as well through 8 weeks, which is just astounding.
I'm a little worried about Dak this week. Arizona's stingy through the air. They can be more so had on the ground, so that gives me a little bit of pause with Dak. But I think I would lean with Kyle. I think I would go Dart there, but I don't have an issue going Dak there, but I think there's more upside there from Dart. And then 2 different PPR leagues. We'll go real quick here because we got a lot of questions, guys. Do we go DK or Booty? And Joe and I kind of talked about DK's role the last couple weeks. Ike, where are you going to go here between DK and Booty?
DK, he's getting a lot of targets these past 2 or 3 games or whatever it's been. And Booty's still not the number 1. I still think it's Diggs, even though Booty will make some plays here and there.
Sure. Mike, DK or Booty?
It's DK for me because I'm playing it safe. Because Booty is touchdown or bust. He can end up with 2 points or get touchdowns. But if you're looking for safety, it's DK. It is a small sample size for DK, and we have a larger sample size of Booty just being touchdown dependent. So give me a little bit safer score.
Kyle?
I have Booty ranked higher. I think a lot of it is just the offense. I'd rather the receiver be on passes.
Yep. That's why he's scoring these touchdowns, man. Drake May is one of the best deep throwers in the league right now, and Booty is just the recipient of that.
Because Ike's right. Like DK looks like the number 1 receiver right now, and certainly.
And Ridley has been ruled out as well. So I mean, just volume for DK. If you're looking for high upside, it's Booty then.
I think you're right too, Mike. That it's safer, but I don't trust. Like to me, the Titans' passing game doesn't seem that safe. Like it makes sense that it's safer, but it feels so unsafe to play that.
You're right. You gotta cut that offense's targets in half, just like the Browns' offense. But I'd still take those 5 targets over Booty's possible 2 today. That's
his floor is incredible.
Yeah.
And then, guys, are we going pretty easy here? For me, it's Pickens over Bowers pretty easily here. Is it the same for you guys, or am I kind of going overboard here?
If I didn't have an option like Pickens, it would be Bowers. But coming off of the injury, that's a good enough option to bench Bowers and show you. Yes.
Prove it for a week before you can trust him.
Yeah.
At least with that option. If it was Chimere DK, okay, then I'm playing Bowers.
Yeah. I think you want to play wide receivers over tight ends in the flex, but there's a certain point where that won't be optimal. And I think DK to Pickens is, I think, the big gap there where Bowers would fit in between.
Yeah, sure. Need help picking second RB spot and second flex spot full PPR matchup this week. Deciding between Bam Knight, Rico Dowdle, Jordan Addison, Kenneth Walker, DJ Moore, or Romeo Dobbs. Mr. Michael Plant, we'll let you take this one away here. Lead us off.
Start someone else because I was actually talking. I was trying to talk to Joe behind the scenes. I'm sorry. I did not hear you.
So I know personally I've had a couple leagues deciding between Bam Knight and Rico Dowdle. Just between those two, I prefer Zonovan Knight. But I do have Ken Walker ranked higher. So my first thought is to just flex both those running backs, Ken Walker and Bam Knight. I really like Jordan Addison. He's been incredibly productive. I mean, he's outscouring Justin Jefferson. So right now he is the wide receiver one on the Vikings. I know we don't expect that to be the case.
Sure, yeah.
But does that all change with JJ McCarthy, right? Like I have him ranked pretty high, but I think I'll still favor what perceived to be volume running backs, and certainly Bam Knight is that. So I say Kenneth Walker and Bam Knight. Just play those two running backs.
I think that'd be the way that I would lean to is Ken Walker and Bam Knight. Rico Dowdle, I think, could maybe slide his way in there. Same with Jordan Addison. Ike, let you take it away here. Where would you go?
Well, I'm definitely not doing DJ Moore, Romeo Dobbs, or Rico Dowdle. So I'd probably do.
Why not Dowdle?
Jordan Addison and Walker. Isn't Dowdle got like an injury or something? He's questionable, I believe.
No, actually, Canales just said he was going to get the starting reps this week. So I'm actually all
I don't believe that.
This one. I mean, the eye test we can all see it, so I'm sure Canales can see it. But yeah, I'd be now that I have time to read this, I'd be going Dowdle in my RB spot. And then if you want to say for floor, it's Bam Knight. Easily Bam Knight. He's going to get probably 15 touches. How good those touches are,
that's great matchup for Knight too against the Cowboys.
It is. If you want a little bit higher ceiling, you're chasing some points. I think Kenneth Walker offers you some higher upside there.
There's just no touch. The only way Ken Walker scores a freaking touchdown is a long one because
we've seen it.
It's true.
Charbonnet ain't doing that. So Kenneth Walker can at least bust one off. That's what I'm saying. If you want to chase the ceiling, it's Kenneth Walker, but I'd be going between Dowdle and Bam. They're the safer options.
Yeah, I feel you. Let's go to the next one here from BD. Good morning to you, my friend. Glad to see you here again this week. Looking for wide receiver 3 today in PPR format. 6-point bonus for return TD. So we got Parker Washington. Joe and I talked about him a little bit. No Travis Hunter, him going on IR, so probably going to see Parker in the slot quite a bit here. Kendrick Bourne or Michael Wilson. I think we could cross out Michael Wilson here if I just for me. Kyle,
I'm crossing him out.
Yeah, I think I've got him ranked significantly lower than the other two. So, I'm playing Parker Washington quite a lot of leagues.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just putting my rankings now. I still think I have Kendrick Bourne ranked higher though. I'm
still
just trying to figure out, does Parker Washington return kicks? Like, is that he is listed as the starting punt and kick returner for the Jaguars. So I think in this format, I think I would have Parker Washington ranked higher. So
he's the safer one with Travis Hunter on IR. I think he's going to be the one that gets the majority of the targets that are missing, not Diami Brown. But again,
his hands are broken.
But I mean, Dylan, you, like we said, we used to host this show together. You know me. I'm going to give you the floor and the ceiling. Kendrick Bourne definitely offers you the ceiling play with Mac Jones at quarterback. They have the chemistry there. And you got Ricky Pearsall ruled out. Jawan Jennings, as we know, is playing with broken ribs and is banged up. So you want that ceiling, go for Bourne. But Parker Washington with Hunter on IR gives you a little bit safer floor. He had 10 targets just last week with Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, him and Lawrence have a solid chemistry together. So I think it's Parker Washington here. IQ as well. All right, love it. Good morning, half PPR. Jawan Jennings or Tajay Spears? Also, Mooney is sitting on the waivers as an option. Don't love Mooney, man. Last week was a smash matchup, and he just laid an egg. Wasn't great. Ike, take it away here. Where are you going? Jawan Jennings, Tajay Spears.
Man, if it was full PPR, I'd definitely do Tajay Spears because he's getting the targets, and he's starting to somewhat outsnap Tony Pollard. The carries are getting close in the touches, but I think I still gotta go Jawan Jennings, at least for now.
Okay. LaPlante?
I mean, I'm looking at it last week, and Tajay Spears actually outsnapped Tony Pollard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
I think it was the first or second time in 4 games or something like that.
I think I lean Tajay Spears because here's the thing. I mean, he can get involved in the passing game as well. So he's just going to offer you a higher floor. I mean, Juwan Jennings, higher ceiling, definitely potentially, but I still think Tajay Spears is the guy to go.
Okay.
That's who I would go.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's funny because Ike said if it was full PPR, he'd go Spears. I think the fact that it's half PPR makes me prefer the running back over the wide receivers.
A little bit.
Now,
it does make you edge the running back in a half PPR format.
I suppose the way Juwan Jennings scores is it's not a lot of high volume, right? He is trying to chase those downfield targets. So I guess he is maybe not hurt as much in the format, but I think I've taken the shot that Tajay Spears takes over.
Why not?
Pollard permanently. So
I hope so.
I'd play Tajay Spears, I think, in this format.
Yeah.
I'm so concerned with Jennings' injuries and thinking that by the time he heals, is Pearsall back and with Bourne rolling, like is he going to get phased out to the point where I'd be okay picking up Mooney for Jennings, but I also it is just depth wide receiver. Like is there a better running back to pick up? Like that's how my brain always works, especially in half PPR. So I like playing Spears.
Sure. Then we got a couple questions over on the Reddit thread, guys. I just want to throw at you, maybe go a little bit of rapid fire here. Would you go Jacksonville defense or Seattle defense?
Jacksonville. They turn the ball over so much and they get Geno.
I think that's pretty simple there for myself. Mike and Kyle, you agree?
I have Jags ranked as defense number 7 this week.
Like it.
Although I like the Seahawks defense too. They're pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm playing the Seahawks defense personally in a league, in our home league, guys. But I give Jacksonville the edge there because Jane Daniels is going to start for Washington.
Sure. And then another one, quick one, Ike. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Start Alvin Kamara or Bam Knight in a great matchup against Cowboys.
I'm still going Alvin Kamara because they got the new quarterback Tyler Shuck, and he might be just running for his life or constantly under pressure. And what better than to get your ball to the guy who's the king of screens and running back stuff. So if he doesn't do good today, you might want to start thinking of getting rid of Kamara or just straight up bench him.
Yeah.
So who's the other person between Kamara
and Bam Knight?
Give me Bam Knight. Kamara's only getting 9 rushing attempts and 4 targets the past 4 games. That's not enough.
Yeah, that's what Spencer Rattler, though.
Kyle, what do you got?
Well, Bam Knight, I don't think Tyler Shuck's any different than Spencer Rattler. Apparently, Tyler Shuck led all of college football in throwaways last year. So I don't know if he's a check down. He might be worse.
He might be worse.
A throwaway.
I'm ranking Kamara pretty low. Like he's outside the RB2 range for me. I'm easily going Donovan Knight. I've been going Bam Knight over a lot of these guys now. I was almost going to say him here too, even though he's not involved in the question. That's how much I want to play Bam Knight.
Sure. PPR league need 1 running back, 1 flex. Who's the odd man out here between Kareem Hunt, Rico Dowdle, and Jordan Addison? Kyle, take it away.
Kareem Hunt's for sure starting. No Pacheco. It's a great matchup against the Bills, especially from a goal line perspective. I wrote about Kareem Hunt specifically in the goal line guide this week. I've got him, I think, at RB 15 or so. He's almost a must-start locked in play.
He's the one guy that I could confidently say will score out of these 3, more than likely.
The hate on Dowdle. I get it. It's a tough matchup. It's a tough
Kyle are Packer fans. Do you like the matchup for Rico Dowdle against the Packers? The Packers are favored to win this game by 12.5 points. I
think it's an awful matchup for Dowdle. I think Hubbard is still their preferred pass catching back.
Right.
That being said, we don't know what McCarthy's going to be like with you know what? Yeah, I'll take Kareem Hunt and Jordan Addison. I'll keep hating on Rico Dowdle. Maybe it's the Canadian guys that wants to stick with Chuba Hubbard. But I mean, they're going to be trailing to the Lions. The pass attempts are going to be there. I think Addison will get there on volume.
I'm Dowdle and Hunt.
Okay, Dowdle and Hunt.
I tend to default a lot to just play the running back. So,
and then Mike,
unless I'm chasing points,
with you being on, Mike, Joe sent me a message. He says you should put Michael Plant on the spot and ask him what he's going to offer him for Jamison Williams in our dynasty league. I think
I'm gonna tell you what. It's a buy low moment right now with that man not catching any passes. So I better not. He said he was going to send me an offer and we were going to start from there. I'm still waiting on that offer.
Yeah.
He's
If
cooking
anyone
up burgers.
remembers
buy
Mike
or
from doing
sell
this show, he's a Jamison Williams guy.
Man, he won me championships last year,
Yes, he
and
did.
he's not doing it now, but he's the type of player that in the second half of the season can get it going.
I hear you, but he's got to get targets to get it going, and
You're not wrong, man.
You're
not
It's
wrong.
been wild the last few weeks. Got a good question here for BD. PPR need 2 flexes from this group: Bam Knight, Rico Dowdle, Ken Walker, and Quentin
A lot of
Johnston.
Dowdle and Bam Knight questions.
I mean, so many people have picked them up, right? Like how many people don't have Stevenson, don't have Barkley, right?
Right.
Like, these guys are just so easy to attain, so it kind of makes sense that we're seeing.
Is Bam Knight the guy who's locked in here? Because
We can eliminate Quentin Johnston, right?
I think we can eliminate QJ.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm going to go
Bam
Bam Knight and Kenneth Walker. Since I've been hating on Dowdle, I got to keep it going.
I know with
Man,
Johnson, I'm
just
kind of
because
considering him what he's been the last 2 weeks since his injury, right? Like the hot start to the start of the season. Well, then he got injured, so he scored 11 points in whatever format. I think it was their Dynasty 6-pack league. I think that's full PPR. He scored 11 points, then 0 points, and that's kind of where I'm considering him right now as 11 points.
And Lad Cook is taking all the targets from him.
Like to Mike's point of floor and ceiling, in my mind, he's got the lowest ceiling and the lowest floor out of this whole group. So
Right.
for sure,
Yeah.
you're picking
Trap
between
floor.
guys.
He's got a trap floor.
Watch him
waiting
just
for
go
him.
off for no apparent reason. Then.
I mean, he could, but that's the thing is we got to see it. Like he's been 3-4 weeks now bad, and he just gave you a goose egg last week. We got to see it again from Quentin Johnston before we can really trust him again. But me, it's easy. Bam Knight and Rico Dowdle. Like I said earlier in a previous question, if you want a little bit more ceiling, you can play Kenneth Walker, I guess, over Dowdle.
I think in the previous question, I think I also went Bam Knight and Kenneth Walker, so I'll stick with the consistency.
Yeah, totally fair.
I remember if that was full PPR, half PPR, but I don't know it would change much for me either way.
From Dylan here. Good morning to you, my friend. Let's have a day. I'm with you. Full point PPR, 1 flex. T. Higgins in a good matchup, or Tucker Kraft. Also, pretty solid matchup here, and he's coming off a big game. I think I still got to lean T. Higgins here, guys, right? Or Kyle, what do you got?
So I have T. Higgins, and it's been very frustrating. So you just basically got to hope for a touchdown right now with the amount of targets he is not seeing because Chase is just getting funneled. So I honestly would go Tucker Kraft, even though it's a good spot for Higgs.
I was going to say the Bears secondary is banged up.
The Bears secondary is bad, but if the outside receiver is healthy, I forgot his name, Tyreek Stevenson, he should be on T. Higgins, which he is like a top 10 PF graded.
Why would he not be on Jamar Chase?
I think that's where he is. Like
because Jamar Chase might absolutely destroy him.
I think
they might try and double team Chase every time, right? So you don't necessarily.
That's what
If I was the Bears, I'm
T.
double teaming him with Tyreek Stevenson and the safety over the top.
And then you're leaving T. Higgins with Nashawn Wright, who's just going to absolutely murder him.
But hear me out. Which he could, but I feel like the Bears like that matchup too because Nashawn Wright's a big corner and he matches up physically pretty well with T. Higgins. I think T. Higgins is going to go off against him, so that's why I like him. And like I'm kind of with Mike. I see him. The safety help over the top is going to be on Chase and Tyreek Stevenson. That's where I see it. So I actually think Higgins. I'm going to be contrarian, and I think Higgins has the big day over Chase.
I see. Take this from a Packers fan who has watched the games. The passing offense goes through Tucker Kraft. That
true.
is our number one wide receiver. Now, the problem is we use him when we need him. Like last week against the Steelers, we needed him in the second half big time, and he came through. So, like, if Tucker Kraft's going to score, it's going to be early, and then they're probably going to take his foot off the gas pedal with him. I am worried about Flacco's shoulder. That's really the biggest thing scaring me away from T. Higgins. I think I still lean Tucker Kraft because, again, the offense runs through Tucker Kraft. And Josh Jacobs.
And especially if you're worried about Flacco's shoulder and T. Higgins is more of the deep threat right now, kind of. At least that's how he's scoring. Then it's even more worrisome. So
I think
I would love to see T. Higgins kill it. I really would, but
yeah, it's one of those ones where again we got to see it from Higgins first before we can.
Like if you saw 8 targets last week, I'd feel way more confident, or even 6. But I saw 2.
I saw it was only 2. Yeah.
You leaning Tucker Kraft here too, Kyle?
And I'm trying to think of like the area where Tucker Kraft is seeing a lot of these targets. It's a lot of shorter, like what a slot receiver would get for targets. Do stuff.
He's good at yak.
especially without Jaden Reed, he is the primary guy for those areas. Like Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, you want them to catch passes beyond the line of scrimmage or beyond the first down marker. Like those are your guys you're getting to throw for first downs, whereas Kraft's the guy you're using to kickstart the offense right now in lieu of Jaden Reed. So I think as long as Jaden Reed's out, I think Tucker Kraft is almost a must start every week. And I mean, you got Tyler Warren. I can get why you're not automatically putting him in the tight end spot. Yeah. But those two tight ends, like this would be a team I'd be totally comfortable.
Yeah, but Tucker Kraft's the number 1 tight end on the year. So you're playing the number 1, and I think the number 2 or 3 in Warren.
I think he's in top 4 in points per game in Warren. So yeah, play both those tight ends. Yeah.
Yep. Another tough question here from Cody. Need to start to Marvin Harrison Jr. with Jacoby Brissett, Jawan Jennings, X-Man Xavier Worthy, Quentin Johnston, or Michael Mayer, I'm assuming. Maybe it's Jacoby Myers.
No, I don't think
I don't think it matters if it's Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, just throw Johnson and Myers out. I think
you might even just say throw Jennings out with the way you guys were talking about it. So
yeah, I mean, it's Worthy and Harrison for me. I like Jacoby Brissett. I think that actually boosts Harrison more than it boosts with Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I think at this point you roll with Harrison thinking he can get that ceiling, and I would for sure play him. And I mean, don't love Worthy right now with what Rice has been, but in this Bills game, maybe like
they might need him.
So yeah, I'd go Harrison Jr. and Worthy as well.
Yep, clean sweep there. From Alex, good morning. Need 3 in PPR. We got Stephon Diggs. Think we can lock him in here. We got Wan'Dale Robinson, T. Higgins, Dowdle, and Treyveon Henderson. Do we get to see the expanded role from Mr. Henderson this week? Kyle, I'll let you take it away. Which 3 are you going with?
Unfortunately, the goal line guide really featured Rhamondre Stevenson pretty heavily this week.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
It's a great environment for whoever gets the goal line carries. So I know I was listening to Joe earlier this morning. Like, what are we doing with Henderson? I think I'm taking the aggressive stance and playing him everywhere. So the Falcons are a good enough defense. It's weird to play both Diggs and Henderson, but I think I would play both of them. And for the third, I know Mike probably is going to yell to say we should play Dowdle. I probably would. Yeah, the 2 running backs.
Okay, all right.
I'm struggling. My heart says Henderson, but my brain says no. It's Diggs for sure, and I think it's actually Wan'Dale as well as a lock for me. He's seen 7.5 targets last 4 games, and again 1 target down with Cam Scatterboo. So if we like Dart, he's got to have a receiver there, and it's Wan'Dale. But, man, I am torn between Dowdle and Henderson because I want the ceiling and I want it to be good, but it's still Dowdle for me as the third guy.
Okay.
Last 3 for me.
Higgins.
Diggs. Atlanta's given up the most yards to a wide receiver, like 50 to 60 yards. So I don't feel confident with that for Diggs.
You know what? I just looked at my rankings. I actually do have Wan'Dale Robinson 1 spot higher. So I might flip it to go Henderson, Dowdle, and Wan'Dale, actually, instead of playing both Patriots. Just because the Falcons, I mean, Keith would tell us more if he was here, but the Falcons' defenses seem to be improved.
AJ Terrell might lock him down.
Improved, but it ain't consistent. Not against the Panthers and Dolphins, it ain't.
True. I mean, the 49ers really haven't been that either, so yeah.
No. At least they've been going through injuries, though. They got an excuse.
Yep.
Yeah, so I like both running backs. Yeah.
From Eric here, let's help him a little bit with the handcuff roulette. Drop Michael Carter for any of these guys. Blake Corum, Emmanuel Wilson, Gainwell, McNichols, Algier, Bigsby. For me, it's probably Bigsby with the Saquon groin injury, maybe.
I mean, I dropped Michael Carter for all those guys, first off.
Barkley is good, but I'd still do Bigsby. Just because if Barkley misses even just 1 or 2 games, you have a guy who's going to see 20 carries instantly.
Yeah, it's Bigsby. You can make a case for Algier maybe because in a pinch, he has standalone value-ish in games that...
Corum, if Kyle goes down. I mean, all these guys could be good if one goes down.
Yeah, exactly. If there's a massive injury, like we've seen Gainwell take a lead role in the one game without Warren. So then you look at, like, okay, who's... So I think the role for all of them is pretty good. So then it comes down to who's likeliest to take over. Like, who's dealing with an injury right now? I suppose that is Barkley. So, like, the point of Bigsby being the pickup, like, you take that right now in the...
Probably Gainwell after that, maybe? Just because he's doing more than all the other ones? Or, well, Algier is too, I guess.
I was kind of leaning that way. I could have Gainwell as the next one, but maybe Dylan is right though. Algier kind of has the more standalone value. Like he will get carries every kind of game. So he's the kind of handcuff you can. If you're really in a pinch, you need to start a backup running back. Unfortunately, he's the one you'd probably be the most comfortable starting out of this group.
Yeah, if you need a starter this week, I think I'd go Gainwell. If you're just looking for a stash, Eric, go Bigsby. He's got the highest upside if there's an injury, which
even though he doesn't catch a ball to save his life, but still.
But I mean, that's the perfect offense for him, though, right? Because that's the offense that throws to running back. So, like, that would be the perfect spot for Bigsby. I do agree with that, Mike. Like that, that's like Bigsby probably is the best stash just in case of Barkley injury.
We'll let you take this one since I know
I don't want to take this one.
You're a Bill owner here. Do we go Sharps, who seems to score a touchdown every week, or do we go with Bill, Mr. Jakrowski Merritt,
who's been bad?
Oh yeah, he has been bad. He's been bad with Mariota though. He was bad the one game with Jane Daniels, but he was still coming off the injury. I still think the person who gets more volume here is Bill. But I do think Sharps offers a higher upside here because I do think Seattle will take the lead early, and it'll be Seattle probably in the red zone a decent amount, and that's where Sharps gets involved. So it won't be surprised if he has a higher ceiling, but I do think Bill has more guaranteed touches than Sharps with it being split the way it is.
Kyle, you got Bill ranked higher than Charbonnet, I would assume.
I do as well. The safety of the touches.
And that's it.
Mike hit it with the ceiling, though. The goal line guide right now, this week, the Seahawks have the third highest rushing goal line. So good touchdown chances, and so far that has been Charbonnet as their preferred goal line back. You mentioned the touchdowns. He's
like Monty a couple years ago with the Lions when Jahmyr Gibbs first got there. I feel like he's really just the red zone guy for the most part. Sharps, they trust him in the red zone more than they trust Kenneth Walker.
Oh yeah, no, 1,000% that's the case. They want.
Sorry, Kyle.
That's fine. I mean, so yeah, I love Ken Walker, so the Seahawks should be apologizing. Not you.
They should, because Ken Walker is good when he's healthy, and as far as I know, he's healthy.
I mean, Charbonnet's been the one dealing with injuries this year. So far this year, Walker's been the healthier one.
And Walker's the better all-around running back than Charbonnet, and we see it. It's I forget what the stat is, but it shows it in the advanced stats and all that. But
missed tackles, maybe
missed tackles, and I want to even yards per carry or yards after contact. Walker smacks him in that too. So it's just frustrating. But what can you do? Eric here again. Dobbins against Houston, Jaylen Warren against Indy, Bam Knight against Dallas, or we go Kareem Hunt against Buffalo.
I think Warren's a lock. I don't know
Warren's
how you guys feel.
Yeah, I was gonna say the last two for no matter what, just because I think Hunt's gonna be the one that has the best chance to score, and Bam, like you guys keep saying, plays Dallas. So
both great matchups for both of them guys there.
Well, I'll give credit to both of what you just said, because I do have Jaylen Warren and Kareem Hunt ranked one after the other, but to your credit, I do have Warren the highest. So those would be my two.
It's
Warren for the opportunity, Hunt for the upside.
That game is so tantalizing, that Pittsburgh Indianapolis game. I really hope it isn't a trap game and turns into a 13-20.
It might. Who knows?
But I do think it's Warren for me. And then, man, I don't trust Hunt as much, but I trust the offense. That's the thing. I don't trust the Cardinals offense. So I will go Hunt with just Pacheco out as well. I'll go Warren and Hunt.
Not worried about CEH, huh? He's back.
Are you worried about CEH?
No.
Well, I think you should be much more worried about Brashard Smith, right? In this next question.
Yeah.
Yes.
For Eric's last question, for how great a season Dobbins had, I don't think any of us said play J.K. Dobbins. So
right, yeah.
No, and it's really the matchup.
It's tough matchup.
That Houston matchup,
Houston, yeah.
They don't allow a lot of points per game, and the whole thing with Dobbins is he's the guy who milks out the clock for the Broncos. I feel like, or at least when they're killing it, then they throw RJ Harvey in just for some reps. But he's the milk guy. But I don't see them milking the clock away against the Texans. Do you?
Keep it too close, yeah.
More likely.
Yeah, and it's going to be a close game. Yeah. This one's pretty easy for me. It's Jaylen Warren over Smith, right?
Yeah, it is Warren over Smith. Yep.
Because we're still expecting Hunt to be that guy, and Smith still a backup.
Yep. Cody, Sutton, Worthy, Franklin, or Johnston. Tough one here. Sutton's been very boom or bust. Worthy has struggled since Rice has been back. Franklin, great week last week. Ike, where you go here?
Didn't Joe say that Franklin only has like 2 less targets than Sutton or something like that?
Yeah.
On the year.
I don't want to play any of the Denver players really necessarily because I think Bo Nix is going to struggle against the Houston defense. So
On the road.
I guess Worthy. Yeah, hope in a game where it could be high scoring, probably one of the highest, hopefully highest of the year so far. So that's where I'll go.
Okay, LaPlante, where are you going here?
It's Worthy and Sutton. I know.
Just pick one.
It's just pick one. Oh, then it's Worthy.
Okay. Okay.
I guess I'm just the stubborn Sutton manager who just plugs him in every week, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Bust.
We got one of those too.
7 targets. That you love the 7 targets. I don't love the Devon's. What is it? Devin Singletary.
Singletary.
Or what's his name?
Derek.
It's not.
No,
Derek,
I'm Derek Stingley.
Derek Stingley. Thank you. I don't like that matchup for Sutton.
All right. Pick a flex. Both Panthers running backs, Donovan Knight, Jameson Williams, or Gadsden, full point PPR. Has JMO in right now. Ha ha ha. That's not the way
take him out.
Take him out.
Yeah, Kyle, where are you going to go here, man?
I talked about it. Right now, the Lions for this week have the highest goal line grade of any team so far this season for their passing attack. Pretty sure Jameson Williams has 0 targets inside the 10-yard line. He's not the one that's going to benefit from those touchdowns. It's going to be it's on
Joe, I hope you're listening.
It's Sam Laporta. It's Brock Wright has more targets and more touchdowns inside the red zone than Jameson Williams. So definitely take out JMO. I like Donovan Knight. I did go away from that one question a couple times ago, but I'll hit bam right back again.
Yeah,
that's my lean, I think too. Like you said, you're good with that.
Although I wouldn't mind playing Chuba Hubbard either because he said both Panthers running backs.
You like Chuba over Rico still?
Yes.
He was a Chuba enthusiast.
Kyle, how do you have?
There's a reason they paid him.
Right?
Kyle, how do you have it?
I think I do have Dowdle higher, but in theory, like against the Packers, the pass catching back should be favored. Now, as like with what Dave Canales has been saying this week, does that also include the pass catching role? Like they want to now give that to Dowdle. Like I don't know. So and I think that part of that is still why I'm hesitant to have him ahead of guy, like either of them ahead of guy like Donovan Knight, who we feel like is just going to get most of the opportunities himself.
Kelty or Ferguson at tight end today?
Ferguson.
Yeah, it's Ferguson.
Bills do not allow much to tight ends.
Flex Harrison Jr.
That's because they allow it to the wide receivers, like.
Yes.
Kamani
Vidal.
It's pretty easy Vidal for me, right?
Yep. That one's Vidal. He is safer. If you're chasing ceiling, go ahead with Harrison, but Vidal's still safer.
I might almost argue Vidal has a higher ceiling anyway.
Yeah.
He's getting all the touches. I mean, there's even less competition. Haskins is on IR now, and they're playing the Titans.
Yeah, great match. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Harrison's playing the Cowboys. Yeah, good matchup too.
That's a fair point.
We're gonna go Kenneth Walker, Woody Marks, Tajay Spears.
Ken Walker.
It's Ken Walker.
Because I don't know if there's much safety with.
Honestly, it's probably that order. Spears I still would put it.
No, not with the injury with Marks. I'd put Spears over Marks.
No, didn't Marks get injured or something?
Yeah, it was a weird late practice injury. I don't know.
All right, Walker it is. From Cody, start Diggs, Wandell, or Khalil Shakur. Mike Plank, go ahead.
Diggs.
Okay.
It's between Diggs and Wandell, but Diggs.
I actually have all.
He's been good lately.
I've got all 3 pretty close, but I do have Wandale right behind. So, I just without Scatteroo, are they just going to run a lot less, and the passing volume is just going to explode for them. Whereas I could see the Patriots, the way the Falcons have been struggling, I could see the Patriots. Like that's why I think I have so much faith in Henderson. Is the Patriots are just going to run all over them? Is kind of my thinking. You have to give Henderson touches, right? Right, yeah. Daniels. Right, Daniels, Mr. Genius.
They promoted Dearness Johnson, so I don't know at this point.
Where do we go here? Chiefs by 6. Who for wide receiver 2, 3, and flex spot? We got Debo.
He's a lock.
DK, Jordan Addison, Booty, Quentin Johnston, running back Charbonnet, Bill, Treyveon Henderson, Ertz, Kittle, got Devontae Adams, wide receiver 1, Josh Jacobs, and Jonathan Taylor as RB 1 and 2.
So we need to pick 2 wide
Mike's
receivers.
point, I would lock in Deebo Samuel and Jordan Addison as the wide receiver.
And then I think it's Treyveon Henderson, right? Or
That's what I was
Booty.
thinking.
Or Booty or
I'd
Anderson.
get Henderson for flex.
Man, Henderson's just projected touches though. That's what worries me. I like I said, my heart wants Henderson, but I think it's still Kroski.
No.
I would just flex Kittle, if anything. If I didn't like
Man, I'm just worried they're gonna pull the rug out on us because Vrabel don't give a crap that Rhamondre's hurt. It doesn't mean he likes Henderson all of a sudden.
That Jennings dude, whatever his name is, gonna get all the carries.
Yeah, I think if you're scared of Henderson, I don't think the answer is Kroski Merritt either against the Seahawks. I think it would be Kittle. Like I don't know who the tight end 1 is starting already, but if you've got a really good tight end where or is it Ertz and Kittle are the tight ends and you can flex?
I think so. I think
if it's
that's
the
where
flex,
it is.
if it's the flex spot, it's Kittle. But if he needs the RB, that's where I'm going. But if it's a flex, I'm going Kittle.
So I suppose if there's another tight end that's already the tight end 1, Kittle makes sense as the flex. But if we're saying like who's the tight end 1, it should be Kittle. And then at that point, I probably would flex Henderson.
Yeah. DJ Moore, J.K. Dobbins, or DK today. Is this where we go, Dobbins, guys? I think that would be my
That's
lean.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lean Dobbins as well. Don't watch the game though.
Yeah, good point. I have a roster spot open. A couple guys that are interesting on the waiver wire. Josh Downs and Booty.
Yeah, Josh Downs.
Josh Downs for everybody here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
On any given week, the opportunity, the matchup could mean
Downs over Smith
too. Booty over Downs, but like for a guy like Downs to be available, like the opportunity to play him on multiple weeks, I think is too.
Yeah, Downs should not be on the waiver wire unless it's an 8-man league.
Yeah, no, I feel.
I mean, some leagues have like shallow benches. We only have like 4 or 5 benches.
That's fair too. Yeah,
that's fair. I will give you that. Yep.
Guys, where are we gonna go here? Caleb Williams in a good matchup against Cincy, or we go Stafford against New Orleans.
Again, maybe I'm a Packers hater, or Packers fan is a Bears hater, but easily Stafford.
Yeah,
this is with Puka back.
Yeah, exactly. I think the upside's too good. I mean, I know it's a great matchup against the Bengals, but I'm rolling Stafford. Heck, I'm rolling Stafford over Jordan Love in a league today.
Stafford's pulling one of those vintage Aaron Rodgers seasons where he's not going to have very many yards, but he's going to have like 35 plus touchdowns probably.
I know it's poaching Tyron at the goal line, man. It's poaching Tyron at the goal line. It bothers me. We're gonna go Brock Bowers or Gadsden, who's come around the last week and a half. He had a good start to the game last week. That
Gadsden until Bowers comes back and does something.
I want to see Bowers 1 week first. Yeah, it's Gadsden for me.
I looked at my rankings. I have Gadsden 1 spot ahead of him. So.
All right.
I know that I'm looking at my goal line guide as well, and the grades do favor the Chargers passing. So
what do you think?
Why I have Gadsden?
I would think it's safe to assume that most goal line grades are better than the Raiders.
Well, I mean, part of it's the matchup too, right? And to be fair, the only reason if they're actually close, but that's because the Titans. That's the one area their defense is actually really good is their passing defense inside the 5. They only allow a 29% touchdown rate, whereas the Jags are a little more. They're at 46%. So, but yeah, the Raiders have 1 goal line passing touchdown on the season. So yeah, they're great. There was a week earlier this year where I had the largest disparity in grades I'd seen in years, and it was the Raiders rushing so far ahead of their passing because the passing was so awful.
Yeah,
Smith, man.
Yeah, it hasn't been good. What do you guys think your past self would say to your present self if you told them that you were starting Gadsden over Brock Bowers in week 9 of the fantasy football season? How crazy is that?
Some people would be saying, who the hell is Rhamondre Gadsden?
Good one, Ike. There you go. Yeah. Yep.
You'd have to assume there was an injury or some calamity with
some
shit. Smith is possible. Like, are they playing some third-string quarterback? It's basically all of it. He was hurt. Geno Smith is horrendous. Like it's everything. That's what it takes, right? To make
That's crazy stuff, guys. It really is. Help him pick Disco Stew. Help him pick one here. Trey Tucker, Josh Downs, Treyveon Henderson.
Disco,
I'm going to go.
You got the excuse to play Treyveon Henderson this week with these options.
Although Trey Tucker, if Jacoby Myers wasn't there, I actually
Nah.
okay.
It's Downs over Tucker. Anyways, Tucker's the last.
I wish Chief was here to help my Trey Tucker back up then.
I actually let me check my rankings. I think I have Downs a little bit higher, but they're not that much different. Downs at 31, Tucker at 37 for me, and half PPR wide receiver.
And if Myers wasn't there, he'd probably go up a little bit more, I'd assume. So
maybe, yeah. Again, I mentioned that logo.
And if that offense was better, it would also.
I think Mike made a great wording. You have the excuse for Treyveon, which is a much better excuse than Disco Stu still has for wearing disco gear and cheering for disco. So yeah, if you're gonna be Disco Stu, rocking around with the disco all the time, you may as well dance with Treyveon Henderson.
Love it. We answered this when Joe was on too, because we were talking about Kyle Mononagi, Dowdle or Mononagi. I think it's Kyle this week. I think he's
it's Mononagi.
Top 12.
Dude, I see 20.
Do you have it ranked like that? You have Mononagi close to top 12?
Not quite, but he's in the top 20. But
like you said, Dylan, the Bears choose to run the ball in the red zone. Monongai is he's an easy bet for an anytime touchdown, I feel like, this week.
He reminds me of, he's Maurice Jones-Drew light. I feel like that's what Monongai reminds me of, the way he runs, the physicality, the size, all that.
It's an interesting pull, but
you like it?
Throw out Maurice Jones-Drew randomly.
I say it's Maurice Jones-Drew light though, because MJD was
more than a decade ago.
Pretty dang good. We're gonna go Bam Knight or Zach Charbonnet in the flex. We go Zonovan.
Bam.
Yeah. Bam.
Bam. Bam.
Help my brother against me this week, guys. We're gonna go Mr. Drake May or Justin Herbert. Kyle, go ahead.
I've moved Drake May in the top 5 with the Rhamondre Stevenson injury. I mean,
Rico Dowdle will officially start for the Panthers in week 9.
Oh wow!
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, I think we knew that was coming anyway, but thanks for confirming, Mike. But because I think we answered a lot of those questions assuming Dowdle was the starter.
For anybody out there who still doubted it.
Doubted.
Still am.
That's fine. I think we could all doubt the Panthers' offense, though. That's something we could all be justified in doubting. But yeah, I like Drake May as a top 5 quarterback this week. Again, their 2 primary goal line backs and Stevenson and Gibson are out, so more rushing touchdown potential for Drake May, or maybe just more passing touchdown.
Yep. Mike and I, you guys gonna go May over Herbert as well?
I was actually gonna say Justin Herbert, but I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Falcons defense
break
good.
The tie. LaPlante, break the tie, because I'm not answering this question.
It's Drake May.
Drake May. All right. Broken the tie. And then we got another one. Wandale. DJ Moore.
Wandale.
I don't know if it's Waddle or Wandale. Both.
It's Wandale.
Yeah, it's not Waddle. It's definitely Wandale.
Just to say, like, DJ Moore, he's pretty lowly ranked for me. Like, he's outside the top 30, I think. Like, I'm benching more in all spaces I would have.
Jake we'll actually probably see DJ Moore in the backfield now that I think of it this week a little bit more. But I still don't think that makes a difference for me, because when he does get rushing touches, he doesn't really do anything with them. Yeah. Jake Ferguson, Xavier Worthy, or Stephon Diggs in the flex here? Ooh.
I like Diggs over Worthy. I'd probably.
I go Diggs.
I think Ferguson pretty high.
That's the one time you could go Diggs.
It's definitely close between Ferguson and Diggs, but with CD Lamb back, I just want give me the number 1 option in that offense with Diggs.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you're right. Diggs.
Charbonnet or J-Mo? I'm not doing Jameson Williams, guys. I can't do it.
I really wish I could come on this show and say J-Mo, but I can't. It's Sharps.
Kyle?
Again, the goal line guide would, in theory, favor Williams so much until you look to, he doesn't get red zone targets. So
or targets at all.
Yeah, some weeks, yes. So the touchdown upside does feel like it's heavier with Zach Charbonnet. And, I mean, I guess he has the safer floor as well, in theory, because he's going to at least get carries. We don't know if James was going to get 0 catches. Like, that's he's done a lot in his career.
We might see J-Mo with a carry. Maybe they involve him in the rushing game.
Hello, Brandon. Yo.
Yeah, what's up, Brandon? Good to see you, my friend. I got 2 PPR flex spots. Can't choose between Quentin Johnston, DK, Kareem Hunt.
DK and Kareem Hunt.
Yep.
Kyle, you got QJ still higher than DK?
I'm going to check right now. Yes, technically just one spot higher. 42, 43. Like, I'm not really excited about either.
Me. Yeah, that didn't really convince me that I wanted Quentin Johnson.
I don't
That's
know.
one of those ones
Yeah.
where, like, bear with me, Kyle. I apologize because I don't make rankings. When you got somebody like back to back like that, that's one of those ones where you just kind of trust your gut.
Yeah, and again, typically I'm like a lot of those are okay. The goal line grades or the difference between the goal line grades are what's going to make the difference for me in those tiers. Yeah, I think part of it is just Johnson. We've seen him do so little since the injury.
Yeah.
I guess in theory I should want DK. I should have DK ranked higher now that I'm thinking about it. So
I know we got
just
Kamara.
like because we expect the Chargers to be leading that game, so like the team that needs to pass more would be the Titans.
Sure. And then we got a battle of veteran running backs here with Alvin Kamara or Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, if I'm not mistaken, had a pretty good week one against the Bears with JJ, was involved in the passing game. I'm not quite sure, but I might lean
finished as RB 11 in half PPR. So you are correct.
I think I go Aaron Jones. What about Kyle? What do you got?
He did it on. I mean, he got a receiving touchdown. He did it on only 3 catches, though. I don't know.
Yeah, that's more than Kamara.
Yeah. Part of me does. I do have Kamara ranked higher. Maybe it's just Jordan Mason. I feel is more of a threat than say Devin Neal. I think that's
I lean that way as well. Like these are both low floors, but give me the Kamara option.
Okay.
Vikings are better off. Well, no, they got JJ now, so who knows?
How quickly you retracted that statement.
Khalil Shakir.
If only the Vikings had Spencer Rattler, man.
Oh man, Khalil Shakir, Kayshon Boutte, Alvin Kamara, or Quentin Johnson in the flex full point PPR.
Going Shakir.
Yeah, I'm going Shakir. They're gonna. I think they need Shakir this week.
Shakir. Okay, Kyle, what do you got?
No, I have Shakir ranked the highest. It's against the Chiefs. Like
okay, need them.
Yeah,
passing volume. The Bills have a really high passing goal line grade as well. Although I did kind of mention that in the article, like because Shakir's leading the team in targets, receptions, receiving yards, everything across the board. But Keon Coleman and Kincaid still have more targets inside the 10. They have more touchdowns inside the 10. So Shakir's a really safe floor. I don't know if the ceiling necessarily elevates in this matchup, but I think he's gonna get
suave, Ike.
Yeah.
My dog's being an idiot.
That's fine.
Thanks after his owner.
Fantasy Six Pack is puppy friendly YouTube channel, so it's fine. I need 2 RBs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. All right, Josh Jacobs, lock him in.
Yeah, that's an easy lock.
Rico Dowdle, Nico Collins, lock him in too. Great matchup for Nico with no Surtain. And then we got Cortland Sutton, Marvin Harrison, Troy Franklin, Treyveon Henderson, guys. Ooh.
So for me, it's Josh Jacobs, Dowdle as my 2 running backs. My 2 wide receivers are Nico Collins and Marvin Harrison Jr. And then I have another excuse to play Treyveon Henderson in the flex.
Over Cortland Sutton.
I think so with the Derek Stingley matchup. He's going to get more. I think he gets the targets, but like I'm cutting down those targets because of the matchup.
I'm the stubborn Sutton manager that will just throw him in. So
yeah,
I would just bench Rico Dowdle from what Mike said. I'd go Josh Jacobs, Treyveon Henderson, Nico Collins, Cortland Sutton. Oh wait, there would be one more, and then Marvin Harrison. Right. Flexing those 3 receivers.
I like it. Our guy Brandon here. Alec Pierce or Parker Washington. Alec Pierce has been sneaky solid at times this year. And Parker
His best games have come without Downs, though. I think that's the one
fair.
thing
Okay.
with Pierce. So
I go Parker, I think.
Yeah, without Travis Hunter, I'd go Parker as well for that reason. If Downs was hurt, I think that's a real conversation.
That makes sense, guy. Yeah.
But I think with Downs, I'd go Parker.
The plan, you go clean sweep here with Parker Washington over Alec Pierce?
Yeah, just because of the pecking order here. I like the matchup for Pierce, but the pecking order favors Parker Washington. He's probably the number 2 target there for the Jags.
Yeah, good chemistry with Trevor, too. We've seen it. So, yeah, I'm right there with you. 1 quarterback. We go Goff, Darnold, or Dart? We still go Dart here?
This, I think so, but Goff's matchup against the Vikings is incredible. I already mentioned it, the highest goal line grade of the entire year. So, but yeah, I've got Dart at QB6, Goff at QB9. So yeah, I'd lean the rushing guy because still pretty good rushing goal line grade for the Giants. So there's still upside there for Dart to score that way. Just not as much as what the Lions have.
I lean Goff.
You lean Goff, Mike. Okay.
Yeah, I lean Goff.
I'll go Dart.
It comes down, I think, ceiling floor. I think in theory Goff has the higher ceiling, but Dart with his rushing is the much safer.
Yeah.
Here's my problem. I'm going Goff off of the matchup, not off of the talent, and that's usually my downfall. So just go with Dart.
All right, now
it's an incredible matchup, though. I was debating Goff or Jaden Daniels in a league, and I've leaned on Jaden Daniels, but there were points in the week where I had Goff in that lineup, so it is an incredible matchup. Sutton for sure is the wide receiver.
Pick 2, Sutton and
pick 2. We go Sutton and Moore here over Jennings, right or no?
I would go Moore because isn't Odunze a little banged up as well?
He is.
Like I said, Moore's gonna you expect Moore to kind of get some backfield work as well. I would go Moore a little bit over Jennings.
Agreed.
Trying to find Moore in my rankings. There's no way he's lower than Jennings. The thing with Jennings is since he's been dealing with the injuries, he hasn't had a top 40 wide receiver finish. Like wide receiver 48 in standard, wide receiver 47 last week in half PPR. That's his best finish since the injuries have started. So there's really no upside with Jennings. So
yeah.
No, give me the guy with the bad attitude over the bad injuries.
Come on, man. Don't talk to DJ like that. We got about 4 minutes, guys, till the top of the hour. Are you guys all good to stay on? Probably 15 minutes after the hour. So we got no Keith this week for the DFS stuff, guys. So sorry about all that. But head on over to fantasy6pack.net/plans to become an all-access member, guys. Join the Discord. The DFS channel in the Discord is always popping, so you can get your DFS info.
Even though Keith is not here for the DFS part of the show, he still does a DFS cheat sheet, guys, and it's worth
go check it out. Yep, the DFS, and if you want something free that's on the site, he does it. He also does a DFS article weekly, which is free. The cheat sheet is behind the paywall, but use promo code F6P Pods for 15% off, guys, if you want to join that to check out his DFS stuff, and it's worth it, guys.
And in lieu of Keith's segment here, he did do his DFS cash show. For those who play cash games, DraftKings, he did do a show last night, or available on the YouTube channel.
Great point. Yeah, go check that out, guys, after this show, no doubt. Then where we go here, we got Sutton or Tetaroa McMillan full point PPR.
Give me T-Mac. The corners for the Packers are not good, in my opinion.
They'll be playing from behind too, most likely. I think I don't have a problem with that, Kyle. You got a problem with that, or you go Ted here?
Stubborn Sutton manager. I'm playing for Sutton again. I disagree that the corners aren't that good. I think Keyshawn Nixon.
I mean, Keyshawn Nixon has showed a little bit, man, but it's not consistent. That's the thing, and cornerbacks are usually not consistent unless you got an absolute stud.
His best play is as a slot corner, but since they've gotten those rookie safeties, he hasn't played that role. They've asked him to just play on the outside.
I know, Javon Pollard, man, I love him.
Yeah. And I can see, you can see why they've had him be the nickel corner. I think Keyshawn has stepped up to be a solid outside corner, but
I just think McMillan has the size matchup, though, because that's the one thing Nixon doesn't have is the size.
Yeah, I think he's 5'10", 5'11".
Yes, he's not. McMillan's 6'3", 6'4", I think. So yeah, I think McMillan over Sutton.
It's a tough question.
Valentine is like their biggest corner, but you view him as like the third best option.
Yeah,
but still, I'll go Sutton. I'm stubborn Sutton manager. I'm just gonna throw him in every line.
All right, we go Lions against JJ and the Vikings, or we go Jags defense against Geno chasing those turnovers.
Definitely going the Jags because as bad as JJ we think could be, I think Kevin O'Connell's at least not going to make him be as bad as Geno Smith's been this year. I think Kevin O'Connell keeps that a certain safety of floor over the course of a whole game. I'll take the Jags.
I lean Jags.
Let's help them out here, guys. This is a brutal one here. Yeah.
We only got one option, huh?
We got Genty, Mononagi, Tetaroa, or Cortland Sutton.
How's the Jags' run defense? Because I'm thinking it's not. Their pass defense seems better with all the turnovers, interceptions. That I would probably play Genty. He could be. I mean, he's the guy you want to play on the Raiders. I'm pretty sure the offensive points guy in their show they talked about that. Like, who are you firing up on the Raiders?
I think my guy might get more touches, significantly more touches.
I guess the Bengals probably a worse defense than the Jags, right? Like it is a better matchup in that sense.
Dude,
I see 20 touches from Mononagi, and maybe I would like to see JT get that much, but I don't see it.
I still lean Genty.
I think I do too. Gun to my head, I think that's where I would just play Ashton Genty here, unfortunately.
If you want to play it cute, go Monongai. But I think it's because thing is with the Raiders, yes, their offense sucks, so they can't stay within games. But let's be real. How good is the Jaguars' offense? Is it really going to blow the Raiders out? Genty,
it's just going to be a gross game.
Yeah.
But Genty has at least shown he can get 3 touchdowns. We have not seen Monongai take a full workload and actually do something with it yet.
I guess with the Ike's point of the touches, I'm looking at right before the bye week, he had 6 carries and 1 target against the Chiefs. That does seem like a mass outlier because his next fewest opportunities in the game was 15 at any point this year. So they were getting blown out so bad that they just rested him.
They didn't even run very many plays. I think they only ran 45 plays that game.
That's the problem. So I'm not going to I think that's an outlier. I don't think he's ever going to get that few.
Yeah, right. And even if it isn't an outlier, it's not happening with the Jags offense.
So slightly into Genty, it seems like here. Sutton, Tyrone Tracy, full point PPR.
Oh man.
I was going to go Tracy with the opportunities.
I think I do too.
This is finally the time where I'm going to say no to Sutton.
I was going to go Sutton with you too.
I thought about it first.
I thought about it, and I'm like, man, Tracy's going to probably see 15 touches, so it's Tracy.
And again, we're talking about the 49ers defense. Isn't that we don't view them as this imposing, oh my God, they shut down the opposing team.
We go Jacoby Brissett, Mac Jones, or Trevor Lawrence at QB1 here.
I like Lawrence. Yeah, sorry. I like Lawrence against the Raiders.
Yeah, that would be my lean as well. The plan clean sweep here.
No, I think I actually go. I think I actually go Mac Jones.
Ooh.
Giants defense. I mean, their pass rush is good, but their corners aren't. And Mac Jones has had, I believe, it's now 3 games of over 300 plus passing yards. I think I'd lead Mac Jones, but you can't go wrong with Lawrence either. Just me personally, that's what I would do.
I mean, it does hurt that he doesn't have Hunter, but I know a big reason I'm doing is the passing goal line grade for the Jaguars is the 3rd highest overall this week. Only the Lions and the Bills have higher ones, so I know it's the Raiders.
Yeah,
pick on the Raiders, and thank you for the likes, Kyle.
Yeah, appreciate the like, guys. If everyone else listening, if you guys could hit the like button, we'd really appreciate that as well.
We're working overtime for you guys. We appreciate it.
Hopefully we're helping you out here. Where do we got here? We got Dion here, our friend Dion, Mike. Need 2 and a flex. Yes, 2 wide receivers flex, I think. Yep. Ted McMillan, Michael Pittman Jr., Marvin Harrison, Quentin Johnston, Cooper Kupp has been ruled out, Kayshon Boutte, Jacoby Myers.
There's one
Michael
really
Pittman's
easy.
a lock.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd do the first 3. 2 wide receivers.
Yes, I agree. Ike. But yeah, for sure, I've got Michael Pittman as a wide receiver 11 this week. So.
He's wide receiver 8 on the year.
The Steelers' defense is
good.
But he's been.
It's the first 3. First 3, Dion.
All right. And then we got from Chris here. Has Tyler Warren and McBride. Should I bench Nico Collins or McBride? Or for McBride in the flex, I think. Have JSN
and Jamar Chase starters.
I'm a big time Nico Collins owner. I gotta start him. The matchup is really good. Riley Moss cannot out physical. If that's the matchup, Nico Collins is gonna out physical the heck out of Riley Moss.
I'm more worried about the pass rush getting to Stroud. That's the thing, because that as well as I do, that O line can't hold up against a decent O line, and this is a decent D line, and this is a much better D line.
That's true. The Broncos' defensive line has been very good.
Man,
there's no way I'm benching McBride against the Cowboys. I'd rather bench Tyler Warren, to be honest. I think I have McBride as the number 1 tight end.
I'm not benching McBride.
So I'd rather bench Collins than McBride if it comes down to those 2. If Chris is absolutely sold on having to play Tyler Warren, I'll just play both tight ends. Honestly, I think that's probably how I'd play it. Just enough concern with the Broncos pass rush to even without the starting corners. His first game back from the concussion, I think I'd just go with 2 tight ends here.
It's not many cases you can start a tight end over a wide receiver, but when you're in this tier of tight end, you can get away with it.
My tight end 1 and tight end 3 on the week are McBride.
Nice.
From Cody, pick just one RB. Vidal,
Vidal.
Brown, Charbonnet, Jones. Yeah, Vidal. Pretty easy there for myself.
I think Brown's close, but yeah, I'd still go Vidal.
For Jose's flex, we got Troy Franklin, Christian Watson, or Alec Pierce.
Troy.
I was thinking that too with the targets.
I think Troy Franklin's the right call there too.
Especially if we're
I-
worried
yeah.
about Sutton, Stingley, like Franklin.
Yep.
will
I just-
get an advantage.
I just don't like it. I don't. It's gross, but yeah, it's Troy.
I feel like Franklin is. You're not the only one, Mike. 'Cause I see him constantly in the ECR, undervalued of where I think he should be. So yeah, a lot of people think that, but he's been earning targets all year.
Yep.
Like,
That's
even
the
with
thing.
Ingram
Yeah,
back, he's still
he's getting the targets. That's it's definitely him because of the targets. But I mean, man, Jerry Jeudy gets targets. That's gross.
Yeah, no, it's not. You gotta catch them, right? Like that's catching them is part of the equation. I think. I mean, this is the lowest over under of the week, right? Is Texans Broncos. So I think the odds makers are indicating this is the game they think will be the low scoring slog fest of the week.
Yeah, and that's why I like, man, the
40 and a
safe
half
play.
total. Yuck.
The safe play for targets here is Troy. If you want to chase some points, man, Alec Pierce in that game, that's a high over-under. I know Josh Downs is there, and he's not going to see as much volume, but we know he can hit the deep pass for a touchdown. So it's just a higher ceiling, possibly.
I do agree with Mike. I'd leave Christian Watson on the bench for this.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Well, I think we got the first Survivor League question of the season, I think, boys. Need two here. Chimere DK, Troy Franklin, Jordan Addison, and or Josh Downs.
Addison, for sure.
I think it's Addison
and
I think it's Addison and Downs for me.
I do Addison and Franklin.
I think I've got Downs a little higher than Franklin. I think part of it is the game environment, right? It comes down to it. You want the shootout type game with Steelers, Colts, as opposed to Broncos, Texans.
All right.
Just don't be a trap game, please.
Courtney here. Good morning. Start one PPR. Bam Knight, Travis Kelce, Wan'Dale Robinson, Tajay Spears, or Kenneth Walker. Ike, what do you got?
I'll do Bam Knight, I guess.
I was going to yell Bam right away.
He seems going to get the most touches.
Bam, bam.
All right.
Bam.
Favorite Bam.
All right.
Bash ourselves in the head.
I'm going to stand on the Nico ledge, guys. I don't know about you guys here. DK or Nico?
Nico.
Man.
Are you crazy for having
Beyond with
DK Metcalf at wide receiver 8 this week?
I want that
insane.
game. I want DK
Not
over
insanity,
Nico, but it's
Kyle.
close. It's just, man, DK could just only get 4 targets, but in this matchup, he could take one to the house easily.
The same thing we just said about Downs over Franklin. It's that same game environment, right? Colts, Steelers, rather invest in that than Broncos, Texans.
All right, then where we go? Okay, we got.
Looks like Jerry had the same question. So apparently a lot of people are thinking DK Metcalf or Nico Collins.
Okay. Treyveon Henderson, Bam Knight, or Rico Dowdle. I think we went Bam here, right?
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam, bam. Yeah, it's bam, bam.
Half point PPR. DK,
Bench
Higgins, Tetaroa, McMillan. Got a bench 1.
Bench
I am benching T. Higgins. Yep.
Just enough concern with Flacco's shoulder. He's going to play, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
He's listed as active, but clearly not 100%. Yeah.
He's actively old. That's what he is.
Yeah. He's been actively very productive, but
yes, that too. Yes, You can be both at once.
Man.
I think if Andy Dalton was playing, I'd go against McMillan, but with Bryce Young being in there,
Sure.
Hetero to start.
Go Bam over Bill here, right?
Yeah.
Bam.
This is an interesting question, Patrick. He's not starting either. He did clarify later, not starting either. I haven't seen, guys, what's the deal with Cooper Kupp? Is this a couple week thing? Is this just a 1 week thing? Because I'm not a Keon Coleman guy.
No.
And we've seen Torrey Horton make some plays when he's got the opportunity. So do we want to drop Coleman here for Torrey Horton?
I don't think it helps or hurts you, to be honest.
I'd rather just drop Coleman for a running back, especially if it's redraft. If it's dynasty, no way. Like I'll hang on to Coleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably drop Coleman for like a handcuff running back instead.
Yeah.
If it's going to be Horton, I think I'd rather.
If there is
hang
one.
on to Coleman.
If
I
there's
think
not.
there's more upside with Coleman than Horton. And there's not much safety, so he's the higher upside player anyway.
I mean, man, you can make an argument if that Cooper Kupp injury is longer, I think the upside argument could go to Torrey Horton.
Sure. We go Gentry.
I just have a hard time seeing Sam Darnold still. Is that maybe I'm still scared
Yeah,
to
no.
admit that offense can be super high upside compared to a Josh Allen upside.
It's efficient. It's efficient. It's not volume based because that offense is definitely, you know, more run heavy than pass heavy.
Sure. Gentry or Vidal, full point PPR.
Man, this sucks.
I'm gonna go
I have
Vidal.
them back to back as well. So it's
You
one
do.
of those. Yeah, Gentry at 11, Vidal at 12. And I have that in my half PPR rankings. It's one favored by the fact that it's full PPR. I would imagine that's Gentry still.
I go Gentry.
Yeah, I think I'd stick with Gentry too.
It's reluctantly Gentry. I mean, if I had this, I wouldn't mind going Vidal over Gentry.
I was gonna say, I think it's Vidal. It feels like a lock to me almost that he's gonna score a touchdown, and I bet it. I bet the anytime touchdown Vegas had at like -150. I think he finds the end zone, so that's where I would lean. I know it hurts benching Gentry. I get it for sure.
You can't go wrong, I think, either way, but I think my heart is with Vidal.
Trey McBride, Jalen Warren, or Nico Collins for the flex half point PPR. Assuming it's another Tyler Warren in the tight end spot or something.
Yeah. Well, that's I think as we say, start one at tight end and then pick two of these guys really.
It's
I do McBride and Warren.
Yeah, both tight ends.
That's what we've been saying.
They get the same amount of volume, if not more, than Nico.
Kraft or Henry? Pretty easy Kraft here, right?
Yeah,
we talked about it earlier. Passing offense, running
Kraft's
through.
The guy I have between McBride and Warren as the tight end too. So
I like that top three.
From Calvo here, Treyveon Henderson or Bam Knight. I think we went Bam.
Two questions. Okay, yeah, Bam.
Yep.
Bam.
And we go Pittman or London, who's back from injury this week, with Michael Penix back as well.
I'm going London.
I'm going Pittman.
I have one.
London can see 15 targets though.
Than Pittman. It's funny because when I first saw the question, I'd probably have Pittman just with the worry about London. But I actually look at my rankings. I do have London one spot higher. So
last question, guys, that we got. I guess we could hit up some Reddit questions if we want to.
I'm sure Breece Hall hopes he's moved. It seems like he's made it very clear he doesn't want to be there.
But no, he's not
getting
only
going to take a third round pick. I would, if I'm the Bears, and the way Ryan pulls drafts, I would not mind trading a third round pick for Breece Hall and put him in a Bears uniform.
The Packers, the way their third round picks are usually horrible. I take the third round pick just to not let the Bears.
That's what I said about our first round picks with Micah, Kyle. I'm like, we don't even pick good first round picks. Just take them.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah. What are the odds you're ever going to draft a player as good as Parsons in the first round, let alone two?
Sure. Yeah, very good point. Chad wants to know, am I crazy for wanting to keep Daniels on IR so I can run Nix and Stafford this week in a Superflex 2QB cap league?
Technically, you're supposed to take him off.
Yeah, I don't think it'll allow you to make changes to your lineup if he's not on IR.
I mean,
I would play Daniels
sleeper,
over Nix personally.
This probably isn't sleeper, guys. Like this could be on a different site operating with different rules. So I'm assuming you can keep Daniels here. I think the reason you would do it is because you're so desperate at another position that you had to pick up another player for an extra week. Like you're like you just don't have enough roster spots to fill all your starters that you had to just pick up a random starter off the bench, and like keeping Daniels on the IR is the reason you have that extra spot.
If
that would be the only reason I
you
do this.
Yeah, if it allows you to do it because you don't like Nix and Stafford are completely fine this week.
No,
I don't like Nix. I don't like Nix against.
No way, Daniels over Nix any day.
And I think that's why. So it's all about like by activating Daniels, are you sacrificing a starter on your roster somewhere else?
It doesn't look like it, Kyle. Chad clarified that my lineup is set. Just don't know if the offense is functional right now.
More functional than what Bo Nix will do against Houston.
I like the rushing floor for Bo Nix though. That's why I was leaning with him.
I don't like it more than I like Daniel's rushing floor though.
Yeah,
agreed. That's why, I would move it in.
I know he's coming off the injury, but
that's like, the only thing.
The way that he came off the last injury and he looked fine, they seem to have a good timing of, okay, we know how long we have to hold him out, and when we play him, we expect him to be, like, we can play him fully. Like, we're not afraid to run him. So I think if there was that fear that they were going to hold him back in less rushing attempts, I think they'd just not play. I think we just see Mariota start again. So I think that's the confidence I have. So again, if you absolutely need that extra roster spot, I can see why, but I'd rather play Daniels than Bonin. So I'm trying to score the most points, right? If the player you're dropping by activating Daniels doesn't matter to you, I would easily just do it.
I'm right there with you guys. And last, we just had one come in. Who are we benching here? Genty, Henderson, Mononagi, Tracy. Is this where we bench Henderson here?
Yes.
I would bench Henderson.
I might bench Mononagi. This could be the spot where.
Ooh, okay.
That's spicy.
Oh man, I've got Henderson, Tracy, Mononagi all back to back 3 spots. Again, like the goal line guy tells me Henderson should be the upside Henderson week, and I think maybe I don't know if that's blinding me to just say full go on Henderson when you have the opportunities, and this I think would be one of those opportunities. So I would bench either Mononagi or Tracy.
Okay. And then, guys, let's just do rapid fire. Just give me some answers here from the Reddit thread. Dowdle, DK, Jameson Williams, Woody, or Kamara.
You want rapid fire?
DIKE or just DK?
DIKE.
How many are we picking? Just one?
Just one. Dowdle, DK, JMO, Woody, or Kamara.
Dowdle, I guess.
Finally picked a Dowdle question. We found it, guys. It took an hour and 15 minutes. We found it.
Josh Downs, Troy Franklin, or Chamari DK here?
Downs.
Downs it is. Slayton, Trey Tucker, Parker Washington.
Slayton, Trey Tucker, Parker Washington.
Parker.
Yeah, I was thinking Tucker or Parker. One of those.
Parker for me.
Yeah, I think so.
We got one more. Half PPR, Tracy, Alec Pierce, Zach Ertz, Torrey Horton.
Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy.
Pretty simple there for me. Guys, this was a blast. Mike, we appreciate you jumping in last minute with Keith being out.
Go Pack Go.
No, don't.
Go Pack Go.
Mike, you don't have anything to plug, right? You don't got nothing going on?
I mean, I can plug your guys' stuff. Go check out Kyle's Goal Line Guide. He's got a lot of great information in there. And if you're always looking for, just another edge, another point of view to be able to attack fantasy with, because that's what it is. It's ever evolving. Go check out that Goal Line Guide. And then, unlike Dylan, I will say that Ike's injury report is out on Monday, guys. Go check it out.
What day is Kyle's Goal Line report out? If you answer it, man, you could take over hosting the show.
It's Wednesday.
I thought it was. Man, I was gonna say Tuesday, so I was wrong.
You're actually both wrong. It comes out Thursday morning.
It comes out Thursday. Shit.
Damn.
I love it, guys. Yeah, no, this is my favorite thing to do weekly with you guys. It's always a blast, and hopefully we're helping you make lineup decisions, man. I know someone on Reddit, if you guys want to go read it a little later, he did not like one thing.
Let me ask you one of my own personal questions. I've been holding this in the entire time, and I'm curious to see Kyle's thoughts. Treyveon Henderson or Xavier Worthy, full point PPR?
Henderson.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's huge risk, but I think the upside will be there for Henderson this week.
Yeah.
Do you like is the goal line guide better for the Patriots than it is for the Chiefs this week?
Yeah. It's actually better for the Chiefs rushing, slightly better rushing than it is for the Patriots rushing. But certainly if you're comparing like Henderson to Worthy, looking at the Chiefs passing goal line grade, it's lower than the Patriots rushing.
See, this is why you got to go check out his guide, guys.
Good stuff.
Every team that plays this week has a grade for their rushing and passing offense. So I do a few paragraphs outlining some players. I wrote about the Chiefs this week, but every team is graded at least.
I'd start Bowers.
Do we start Bowers or Pitts over him? I'm okay starting Bowers over him. Yeah.
It's not like Penix has been that great. So.
No, and it's the Bijan show there. Drake London's back as well. That's contributed to Pitt's success in the past couple of weeks.
You talked about that as our conspiracy theory last week, right, Keith? It's sabotage to hold out Drake London. There's no controversy with Penix coming back. No one's saying, "Oh my God, Kirk Cousins is too good. We had to." No, he looked awful. It's very clearly Michael Penix. Point. No one will ever question that ever again. Good job, Falcons.
Love it. All right, guys. Yeah, absolute blast. And we will be back next week once again to talk all of week 10, guys. But until then, we'll talk to you next time. See you later.
Peace.